thanks for joining me for this Sunday's workout. Let's have a look at what we've got on the menu today. For the strength piece, we're just going to be focusing on some core work, so we're going to kick off straight into that, no warm up for that. We're going to be doing 2 Tabata Style workouts, and then we're going to get into the workout later on. Nice simple one, it's a 21-15-9 hang squat cleans and push press, and then you're going to have a 40 burpee buy out finisher straight after you've done that. So let's start with the strength work. So for the strength work, we're going to be focusing on core engagement, especially through dynamic movements, and also a little bit of shoulders as well. We're going to be doing 2 little mini workouts. They're going to be Tabata style, so it's 40 seconds of work followed by 20 seconds of rest. You're going to be doing that for 8 rounds, and in each one of the workouts, you're going to be doing 2 different movements. So for the first one, we're going to be doing tempo mountain climbers and flutter kicks. So in that first minute, for the first 40 seconds, you're going to be doing tempo mountain climbers. Hands on the floor. Really think about squeezing your abs together, squeezing your glutes at the same time, keeping that back nice and flat. And you're going to be slowly just bringing your knee as close to that opposite elbow as possible. Just slow tempo all the way through. And I want you to be working for the full 40 seconds. You're then going to get 20 seconds of rest. And then the second movement is going to be flutter kicks. So really think about pushing your back into the ground, shoulders off the ground, feet off the ground, pointing your toes. Just flutter kicks, really keeping that core engagement. If you need to have your hands on the floor, you need to have your elbows on the floor to just help you do that, and that's great. But ideally I want to keep you hands off the floor, toes pointed, lower back in contact with the ground, keeping your core engaged. So that's the second movement, and you're going to be alternating between those movements for the 8 rounds, and that's the first workout. Then for the second workout, take a little bit of rest in between, maybe a couple of minutes, and then we're going to kick off straight into it. Again, similar sort of format, so 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest, alternating between 2 movements for 8 rounds. The 2 movements are going to be shoulder taps and the robot. So again, you're going to be in a plank position. I want you to focus on keeping your core engaged as you're moving your shoulders. You want to look at maintaining that midline stability as you're moving. First movement is the shoulder tap, so making sure you're trying to keep your hips square to the ground, just tapping the shoulders, trying to minimise that movement in your hips as much as possible. And then the second, so that's the first movement, first round, or the odd rounds. And on the even rounds, you're going to be doing the robot. So that's going to start in a similar position in that high plank. You're going to move down to the low plank, and then cycle through. Make sure that you are trying to alternate your arms, so it's not always the left arm pushing up or the right arm pushing up. You're trying to do it fairly evenly with both of those arms. Those are some movements. Enjoy that. Right, so now on to the workout for today. It's going to be 21-15-9 of hang squat cleans and push press. And as soon as you finish that, you're going to finish off with a buyout of 40 burpees. So with the hang squat cleans, I'm going to demonstrate with the dumbbell should be anywhere above the knee. You're going to pull up, so really think about pulling up and then dropping down into that full squat to get underneath it, all the way up. Try as you drop that dumbbell down to think about hinging over your hips. That way you get a lot of power out of your hips to move through. So 21 of those. Try and do it fairly evenly with the arms, so it's not just all 21 with one arm. You know, maybe do 11 on one side, 10 on the other side, or alternate as you go through. And then the next movement is going to be the push press. We've got a little bit of a low ceiling, so I'm just going to demonstrate that with a kneeling push press. But obviously, if you've got the height, then just do a regular push press. Dumbbell's going to start on the shoulders. You're just going to push up with your hips, try to reach that full extension, so you get a nice little drive out of your legs, and then finish off that movement fully upright. fully extended, dumbbell above your shoulder. So again, one of those, and then 15, and then 9. Again, try and move that fairly evenly with your arms, so not all just on one side. And as soon as you're done in 21, 15, 9, straight into 40 burpees. Just try and knock those out as quickly as possible. My suggestion is try and do 20, sort of moderate pace, just moving slowly, and then once you can see the light at the end of the tunnel, really try and kick on and move fast. Really try and bring your, pull your chest down to the ground so you're moving quicker. Really think about, as I go down, really splat my chest down, and then bounce up and come all the way up to extension. Good luck, hope you enjoy that workout. Now we're on to the cool down. So after we've done all the core work, we're going to start with the Cobra first. So in the Cobra, you're going to lie flat on the ground, keeping your hips in contact with the ground. Just push up, just get that stretch through your abs. Really try and relax and push the lowest spine into the floor, get that stretch through. If you find that really hard, then obviously go with your hands wider apart and then move them in as you come along. If you find it really easy, go up into your knuckles. Really make sure that you're keeping your hips in contact with the ground. Hold that for a good minute. Second one is going to be child's pose. So we'll stretch your shoulders as well. We're going to do it with a little shoulder variation. So you'll have your elbows on the floor, your hips up nice and high. And you're going to have your palms of your hands just at the base of your neck. Again, holding that for a minute or two. And then the final stretch is the couch stretch. So you're going to be kneeling forward, back leg is going to be up against the couch, up against the wall. Really trying to feel that stretch through your quad and through your hip as well. If you struggle to get that leg raised up nice and high, then just focus on really trying to push your hips, bring your hips down to the ground to get that stretch through, but ideally your heel is going to be as close to your bottom as possible. You're going to be up nice and upright. If you need to get a deeper stretch, the same arm as the leg that is down, you're just going to reach up to the sky and you're going to hold that pose for a minute on each side. Thanks for joining me today. Hope you enjoyed that. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday.